According to a new report from the Washington Examiner, Madison Cawthorn, the freshman Republican member of the U.S. House of Representatives from the great state of North Carolina, still has a decent amount of support in his home district, which of course he was going to switch to a different district and then decided at the last minute, oh, I guess no, I'm not going to switch to a new district. So he's back in his regular district. But either way, outside of his district, however, in North Carolina, people are sick of him. And of course, there's people in his district, Republicans, who are also sick of him. They say that his act is growing thin. They're tired of the shenanigans that they see coming from Madison Cawthorn, and of course, tired of the fact that the dude has literally done nothing other than make a name for himself as a outspoken member of Congress. He's not making a name for himself by putting forth good legislation, not making a name for himself for actually fighting for his constituents. He's making a name for himself because he's loud and obnoxious. Now, if that kind of sounds familiar with people getting annoyed with their member of Congress for being that way, it should. We have seen similar reports with Matt Gaetz. We have seen them with Lauren Boebert, actually very recently within the last couple weeks. And of course, we have seen them with Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, the problem is all four of these individuals, Cawthorn, Greene, Boebert, and Gaetz, all still have huge support in their districts. But outside of their district, that support disappears. And even in, of course, their own districts, they face some troubles because people are asking them repeatedly, what are you doing for us? And of course, none of them have an answer to that, other than I'm fighting back against the establishment. I'm still draining the swamp. And the idiots eat it up. They cheer for those kinds of things. They applaud it, but it means nothing because no, you're not. You're not doing anything to benefit anybody other than yourself. And in the case of Madison Cawthorn, of course, some of the Republican, strategists and activists in his state are annoyed by the fact that he has a very coveted, endorsement factor. However, in recent primaries, all of his candidates lost. Like everybody this kid endorsed in the state of Texas just lost their primary. Couldn't even make it to the runoff. Like that's how bad he is at picking candidates, and that's how crappy his endorsement actually is. It carries no weight whatsoever and apparently doesn't help anyone. He's basically in the same school of Donald Trump at that point. But the bigger problem is that if their own constituents do in fact continue to tire of them, they're going to be replaced by somebody who is actually worse. Here's why I say that. When we talk about the fact that these people still have strong support in their districts, Matt Gaetz is actually the only one who's kind of, right at about 50-50 now. People are not upset about their extremism. Boebert, Gaetz, Greene, Cawthorn, people aren't mad that these folks are so crazy extreme. They're mad that it's very obvious that these people are just in it for themselves to become famous. So they want those same extremist policies. They want those extremist viewpoints. They just want it in a better package. So if these individuals were to fall to a primary challenger, it would be to somebody who shares the same ideology, this extreme far-right authoritarianism, but might not be so abrasive about it. And that's even more terrifying. The reason everybody's aware of how horrible the policies and, talking points are of these individuals is because they're outspoken. And they're out for themselves. They're all over the news all the time. Now, if you were to take these individuals and shut them up, still doing the little things behind the scenes that they're trying to do, pushing these extremist viewpoints, the media wouldn't pay attention to them, and we likely wouldn't know it. So that's why I say that even if we get these people out of office, they would most likely all be replaced by somebody far worse than what we've got now. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, Don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.